My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. I'm going to give you my favorite PrizePicks entry for UFC Nashville. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you see these numbers on the screen, and you say more or less. If you're right, you can 10 times your money. 10 times your money. You could even do the flexible payout option where they let you get some wrong and still make some money. First thing you need to do is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. If you use promo code WWP, they will instantly match your deposit. They will give you free money to try this out. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks. That promo code is WWP. If you give them $50, they'll give you 50. You give them 100, they'll give you 100. You give them 10, they'll give you 10. Make a deposit, get your very free money, and build your entry. PrizePicks is for every single sport you could ever imagine. We're going to focus on MMA today. A couple of nice lines here. A couple that I actually trust and that I'm very, very confident in. The very first one here is actually going to be Corey Sandhagen. 120 significant strikes. I actually like the less there for a few reasons. One, if you go through Corey Sandhagen's stats, you'll see that he's gotten past this number before. But I think this fight is there's going to be a good amount of grappling. I think Corey Sandhagen's going to look to get some takedowns, going to look to grapple. There could even potentially be a stoppage here. Don't forget, Rob Font is stepping up on short notice. But more importantly, if you look at Rob Font's stats, it takes two people for 120 significant strikes to land. It takes two people. A, Corey's got to throw them, and B, Rob Font has to let them hit. Rob Font is one of the less hittable guys in the division. He has only one time ever had that many significant strikes land, and that was against Chito Vera, where there was zero grappling, and he barely got past that number. So I don't think we get anywhere near this number. I like the under 120 significant strikes for Corey Sandhagen. The other strike line I like here is Asu Almabayev. He's only at 38.5, and I like the more here. O'Day is very hittable. If you go into O'Day's stats, he has a negative striking differential, so he's hit more than he hits his opponents. And almost every single one of his fights that has gone out past the first round, he's been hit with more than 38.5 significant strikes. Asu likes to grapple. He also likes to bomb away. The heavy significant strikes on top while grappling, I think he gets past 38.5. That's not that astronomical of a number. Then we're going to go to fight minutes. Nothing here stood out. You're going to see a lot of these don't have pictures. These are PFL. So it's not just UFC. They have PFL lines as well. We're going to ignore those. The time minutes, the fight time minutes is tricky because Corey Sandhagen, 22.5. That's basically saying a decision. I don't know. It should. Rob Font's super tough. It should go to a decision, but he's stepping up on short notice. Corey Sandhagen does have very slick jiu-jitsu. We could see a stoppage there. Tatiana Suarez, under 10 minutes, so a little under 2 rounds. That's another tricky one because Jessica Andrade is tough, but Jessica Andrade gets submitted, and Tatiana Suarez takes people down and submits them. So that's another tricky one. I'm going to leave all of the fight minute ones alone. Honestly, over 13.5 for Ignacio Bahamondes is probably pretty solid. But that's 2.5 rounds. That should hit, actually. Let's go ahead and add it. I already have an entry built without it, so let's build another entry with it. And then if we go to fantasy score, I love doing the under on fantasy score when there's a fighter that I think loses, right? There's a favorite that's juice, and I think they lose. So we're going to look at Tanner Boser, 80.5 fantasy points. I like the less. I think Tanner Boser just loses that fight. So pretty straightforward to do the less there. Another fighter that's the favorite here that I think loses is Diego Lopes, 72.5 fantasy score. The only reason I'm not going to do the less here is because he could pull off a submission. He could pull off a submission, but he's not going to get any offensive takedowns, so he's not going to score there. He's not going to land a ton of strikes, so he's not going to score that well there. But if he does pull off a submission, he can get to that number. That's the only reason I'm not touching Diego Lopes, but I also think he loses. I think Kyler Phillips loses, but Hani Barcelos is old, chinny, so anything could happen there. So this is our entry. This is what I'm going to go with. Certainly you can build your own entry, and you can mix and match sports. This doesn't just have to be MMA. I'm going to go with the flex pay option. If I get all these correct, I 5 times my money. If I get 3 of them correct, I 1.5 times my money. I can get one of these wrong. Tanner Boser could come out looking like Hercules, win this fight, and I could still make some money. And that's the beauty of PrizePicks. If you build yours and you're insanely confident, 10x your money. 4 correct, 10x your money. If we want to throw Diego Lopes in here, we do the less. It automatically turns into a flex pay. If I get 4 correct, I 2 times my money. 5 correct, I 10 times my money. 3 correct, I get some of my money back. But we're going to get that out of here. We're just going to leave it as a 4. I don't trust Diego Lopes that much. We're going to throw $20 at it. We're going to do the flex pay, and we're going to lock that in. Guys, that is my entry. Build your own entry. Use your own information or tail this one. My most confident of all of these, and I'm going to look real stupid, is the Corey Sandhagen less than 120 significant strikes. It takes 2 to tango. Corey doesn't always get past that number, and Rob Font has only ever been hit that many times one single time in a fight that was only striking and nothing else. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, promo code WWP. Let them give you the free money. Take the free money, build yourself an entry. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks.